Welcome to another shave here on the Soap Thing Project. In this video, I'm going to do a shave with a soap from Azelea City Suds. This one is Some Beach, which is a play on words if I've ever seen one. This is a tallow-based soap, as you can clearly see from the label. It is 3 ounces of soap for about $10, $10.50 I think. What has it got in here besides tallow? It's got tallow, mango butter, glycerin, cocoa butter, shea butter, almond oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. It's a fairly robust soap base. From Azelea City Suds, Arthur Knowles. I've known him since the Soap Thing Project got started. He's come a long way. So we'll talk about the soap and the scent during the shave. For the aftershave, I'm going to use Bvlgari Aqva Amara. This is a discontinued men's fragrance, so as you might expect, the aftershave that goes with it is also discontinued. I got it clearance on FragranceNet for some crazy low amount of money. The scent on this is not exactly similar, but it's kind of in the same theme, kind of a beachy, aquatic sort of theme. It's got mandarin orange, it's got sea notes, neroli, olibanum, patchouli, things like that. So that is going to be the aftershave. The razor is going to be the Wet Shaving Club Merica razor, now owned by Yates. This is the unpolished, I can't remember what they called it, the as machined finish in stainless steel. And for the blade, I am going to use a Lord Platinum blade. And the brush is going to be from Rudy Vey. This is my 22mm Muhle synthetic. It's kind of a indigo blue and gold sort of color. That's the stuff I'm going to use today. Okay, let's do a shave. Okay, here we go. Days of growth on the face. Let's call it a little over 30 hours. So, almost a day and a half. That's kind of what happens when you shave at night on a Monday and then you don't shave again until Wednesday. Scent strength on this Some Beach is a pretty stellar 4 out of 5. This one is not trying to be quiet. It is definitely a shouter, a screamer, a smeller. Okay. Good stuff. Now, let's go ahead and take the razor, Wet Shaving Club Merica razor with the Lord Platinum blade. In my personal opinion, with this razor, a mild blade is the way to go. So that's the way I'm going to go. And here we go. Very nice. I've used quite a few Yates razors over the last couple of years, and one thing I've learned about them is pretty much every single one of them are blade feely. And you really have to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. Maybe a little bit less so with this. I think this is supposed to be the most mild razor that Yates makes. But it's still quite blade forward, so countering that with a a more mild blade might prove to be useful. That is, if you're somebody who doesn't like aggressive razors, it's pretty easy to calm this thing down with a more mild blade. Of course, if you're somebody who is completely insane, well, then you can just put a feather or a Kai blade in there and have a bunch of fun. Let's talk about the scent on this soap. So, I'll go over the notes in a minute, but I can tell you this is really sweet fruity. So if you're not into that sort of thing, this is not for you. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this. Generally, my opinion is if I can see my skin through the lather, then I did it wrong, but that's not always the case. Okay, let's talk about this thing. So, for the notes we have, I'm just going to read off the label since it's on there. Pineapple, melon, coconut, jasmine, mugue. Mugue is, the English word for that is lily of the valley. So, then we have galbanum, sea salt, and ozone. So I can tell you right off the bat that this is really pineapple, melon, coconut, and lily of the valley heavy. All the rest of the notes, I don't want to say they're invisible, but they're being so overshadowed by the other notes I just mentioned that they're kind of hard to smell. I mean, I'm not smelling a lot of C notes or ozone or not much of anything like that. It's a pretty fruity and floral sort of thing. I mean, jasmine, I get a little bit of that. I get enough of it to pick up, but I know very well what jasmine smells like. So if you had an untrained nose, then you would probably just say, well, this smells fruity, which it does. Okay, let's have a rinse, see how I did. Oh, need to touch up a couple of places. Primary and residual slickness on this soap is perfectly good to go. It is having a habit of dissolving if I leave it on too long, but some of that could be just how I lathered it. And just because something dissolves on you doesn't mean it's not leaving any slickness behind. But yeah, it's not drying out on me. It's not really leaving me in a position where I have to re-lather. So that must count for something. Okay, let's have a rinse. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call that a pretty damn good shave. I've had some nicks and cuts from previous shaves that are wanting to stick around, but I don't think this shave caused any damage. I've been getting a lot of bumps and cuts and stuff lately off camera. I don't know, it's just how it goes. Some days are better than other days. Okay, before we do the aftershave, I have had this bottle of Lucky Tiger sitting around collecting a pretty thick layer of dust, and this is mostly witch hazel. It's got witch hazel, glycerin, aloe, and a couple of other things that are good for your face. So I'm going to start using this in between the shave and the aftershave just to use it up, otherwise it'll just sit there and never get used. So, and this stuff has a kind of a sweet, semi-sweet orange smell that lasts about 5 seconds on your skin and then it disappears. So, I'm not sure I would use this as an aftershave by itself, but as a witch hazel in the place of something like Thayer's, this is actually, in my opinion, pretty good stuff. I would actually use this rather than Thayer's if I were going to use either of those things. So, okay, Bvlgari Aqva Amara. Let's put this stuff on. Aftershave balm. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, these designer aftershave balms always did feel great on the face. I'm not sure if the stuff that's in them is that good for you, but they definitely feel good. And it's definitely more of a cologne-y take on a aquatic fragrance. But it's good to go. I really wish I had picked that one up before it got discontinued. Okay, my final thoughts on Azelea City Suds Some Beach. Could I recommend this as a purchase to somebody? Well, if you want just intensely fruity, pineapple-y, melon, coconut kind of stuff, then yes, this is definitely for you. It's a very animated representation of itself. It's just trying to be loud and proud. And if you can handle that, some people get, you know, fragrance reactions when the scent strength and the scent oils are too concentrated. Some people just plain don't like really strong scents. This is a really strong one. This is 4 out of 5, possibly pushing into 5 out of 5, depending on your nose. I think my nose is having a bad day, so if I try this another day, it might be a 5 out of 5. I don't know. But if you can handle that, then this is definitely for you. I would give it a thumbs up, no problem at all. And that's the shave for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. Questions, comments, put them in the comments section of the video. Otherwise, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.